Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. If you're coming on, joining me live, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, hit that share button, tag Lolly, Dolly, everybody, and let them know your boy, Ramonepreston, my squad. We are all live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. Today is Friday, September the 8th, 2023. And you are live with your boy right here on the Ramonepreston Show. Super excited to share some information with you today. Please hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody and let them know that the Ramonepreston Show is live. And if you would be so kind, put in the comments what city you are watching your boy from. Please put in the comments, let me know what city you're watching me from. I want to say thank you to all of you that continue to watch the Ramonepreston Show. For those of you that have taken our relationship further, maybe you have purchased a course from us, maybe you are participating in one of our programs. I want to say thank you for trusting us to serve you and to help you take your personal, professional, and financial life to the next level. Again, put in the comments what city you're watching us from. I see here on IG, we got Fayetteville in the house. Good afternoon to all of you. Thank you for watching the Ramonepreston Show. We are live. Birmingham, Alabama is in the house. Good afternoon to you. I think, is it afternoon in Birmingham or maybe morning in Birmingham? So good morning, good afternoon. I think y'all might be a little bit behind, but whatever the case is, thank you for joining us today on the Ramonepreston Show. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that don't know, my name is Ramonepreston. I'm the host of the Ramonepreston Show, and we got Mount Airy, North Carolina is in the house. Mount Airy, North Carolina is in the house. Thank you so much for being on the show today. It's 11 a.m. in Birmingham, Alabama. Well, good morning to you, Birmingham. Appreciate you for being on. For those of you that don't know, my name is Ramonepreston. I'm the host of the Ramonepreston Show, and every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, I show up here on the show. My team shows up with me. You'll see them in the comments. Anytime I present an offer to you or I want you to reach out to me to ask any questions or get further information, my team always shows up in the comments with our contact information that you can use to reach out to me. But we use the show every day, Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon, to really give you information, to educate you on strategies and principles and concepts that you can use so that you can, number one, start a business, number two, structure it, and number three, scale it. So if you anticipate doing that as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, what we share on this show can actually help you in that process. My wife and I, we've been entrepreneurs for 20 years, full-time entrepreneurs, full-time. That means every day I wake up like I have for the past 20 years, I have to 100% depend on my ability to go into the marketplace to make something happen so I could take care of me and my family. And we've been able to successfully build a seven-figure organizational enterprise. So what I share with you on this show are proven strategies and principles and concepts that I have personally had to use to get to where I am. So with that being said, I want to say thank you again. We appreciate you for being on the show. If you do have any questions while I go through information, feel free to drop the question in the comments or in the chat, or we're going to put our information inside of the comments and you'll see my team with our contact information. Most likely you'll see some type of word that we want you to use to text us, and then there's going to be a number. Anytime you text us, you call us and reach out to us, our Millionaire concierges are always available. I have an amazing team of go-getters who are not just eager, they're not just eager to do business. They're not just eager to make money and take care of themselves. They are eager to help you start, structure, and scale your business. That's what we specialize in. So again, with that being said, today we want to talk about how to position yourself as an entrepreneur. Like, how do you position yourself as an entrepreneur? First of all, if you are an entrepreneur, or if you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, here's what I want you to understand. There is a mental transition that you have to go through. There's a mental transition that you have to go through as an entrepreneur. So let me write the topic down so all of you can remember. How to position yourself as an entrepreneur. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And I'll explain all of this to you, but I know this is going to be very educational and helpful to you. So first of all, let me go back to my main point. If you plan on becoming an entrepreneur, or if you're already an entrepreneur, you may be working a job and still doing your entrepreneurship hustling on the side. You might be working a job. You might be on a fixed income. You might be a stay-at-home parent. You might be in between jobs. But if you're doing anything regarding entrepreneurship, like selling products and services, network marketing, you work on the weekends, or you assist people the hours you ain't working, anything that you're doing that reflects entrepreneurship, that classifies you as an entrepreneur. Whether it's a side hustle, whether it's you selling something on the weekends, it's entrepreneurship, okay? Now, even though a lot of entrepreneurs work jobs, even though a lot of entrepreneurs have careers, a lot of entrepreneurs have 9-to-5s or whatever their schedule is, they work for another company, it doesn't mean you can't be an entrepreneur and an employee. But what it means is, if you plan on being successful as an entrepreneur, I want you to understand me. If you plan on having long-term sustainable success as an entrepreneur, using small businesses as vehicles to get you to financial freedom, to becoming a millionaire, or whatever your goals are, if that's the goal, if that's the plan, if that's what you're setting out to do at some point, whether you can do it today or not, you have to understand that being an entrepreneur is different than being an employee. And again, being an employee is great, because I know a lot of people who are employees who are way more financially stable and successful than people who are entrepreneurs. So there's no doubt in my mind you can be successful as an entrepreneur, but I know a whole lot of entrepreneurs who ain't got no money. And I know a whole lot of employees who got a whole lot of money. So we ain't gonna get it twisted. We're not gonna act like just because you an entrepreneur that you balling and shot calling. I know a lot of broke entrepreneurs, and I know a lot of employees, but mentally, if your goal is to be a full-time entrepreneur and you want to create financial freedom and success as an entrepreneur, mentally, you got to know how to flip that switch. Because as an employee, mentally, you are used to being in the workforce. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mentally, you as an employee are used to being in the workforce. But mentally, you got to transition to understand, as an entrepreneur, you ain't in the workforce as much as you're in the marketplace. So it's a big difference, because as an employee in the workforce, you get certain benefits. You get certain levels of stability. You get certain levels of assurance and support as an employee in the workforce that you will never get over here. Because as an entrepreneur, you are in a dog-eat-dog world. You are in a world where you gonna get or get got. It's gonna be one of the two. Ain't no gray areas over here. So over here, it's easy for you to go find another job, make some money, put you and your family in a good situation, and do that for a long period of time. Over here, you don't have those guarantees. So I want to start this conversation off, this lesson off with you starting to wrap your mind around the fact that whether you are currently an employee or not, this is workforce. When you start talking about entrepreneurship, taking your side hustle to the next level, network marketing, being an independent contractor, a self-employee, a freelancer, all of those things are still tied to being an entrepreneur. And that means you want to go into the marketplace, not the workforce, because you in a different world. You want to go in the marketplace and you want to make something happen. So you got a whole lot of competition. There are some similarities, but there are a whole lot of differences. You got competition. You ain't got no stability. There's no guarantees. Ain't no paycheck showing up every Friday. Like today, as an entrepreneur, if you ain't got no job where you're guaranteed to get paid today as an employee in the workforce, you ain't getting paid today unless you go into the marketplace as an entrepreneur and sell something, correct? So there's a different mentality. There's a different mindset you have to have. So it starts with mindset, all right? So if you're taking notes today and you want to learn how to position yourself as an entrepreneur, the first position you need to take is a mental position. Am I making sense? The first position that you need to take is a mental position if you want to learn how to position yourself as an entrepreneur. Because in order for you to properly and successfully be positioned as an entrepreneur, that means you are in the marketplace. All right? You ain't in the workforce. So there are a lot of stuff, there are a lot of things, a lot of stuff you got to get out your mind. So the first position that you have to take in order to be properly positioned as an entrepreneur, the first position you need to take is a mindset position. We'll get into the skill set, okay? But the first position is mindset. So that means my mindset, my mind has to be set to that of an entrepreneur who's in the marketplace, not an employee who's in the workforce. Because you ain't in the workforce no more. And I promise you, if you don't get the mindset of an entrepreneur in the marketplace and you try to start a business, you try to do some network marketing, you try to sell stuff on the side or take a couple hours a week and just help people to get paid, if you take that approach mentally, you're going to have the drive like an employee in the workforce. You're not going to have the drive like an entrepreneur in the workplace. So when I talk to entrepreneurs, let me give you some easy examples. When I talk to entrepreneurs who want to become business owners, they want to work full-time in their business, even ministers, because I'm a preacher. So I talk to ministers, I mentor and coach them. And I know preachers, business owners, people do it in the ministry and in the marketplace. They take this approach that I want to do my own thing. I want to have my own business. I want to build my own legacy. Okay, but you better have the right mindset. You cannot bring your employee workforce mindset into the entrepreneur marketplace. You gonna get crushed. So what that looks like is this. You might not be able to work 9 to 5, 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. You might have to work 5 in the morning to 9 at night. Do you understand? Because an employee in the workforce, they work 9 to 5. They work 8 hours. The entrepreneur in the marketplace has to work 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. They working, what's that? 12, 16 hours. So most entrepreneurs, especially when they're trying to get their business off the ground, they have to adopt a different mindset. This is how you position yourself as an entrepreneur, especially in today's marketplace. You have to position yourself mentally. So that means you got to change your mindset about what you intend to do. So it's a mindset change, okay? Once you start working on your mindset, then you can start working on your skill set. If you work on your skill set and you don't work on your mindset, you gonna be set back. Let me give you an example for that. If you're an entrepreneur and you don't have the mindset to work 5 to 9, to create sustainable, consistent stability and financial activity in your business, because you think like an employee, you can clock out, you take 2 days a week off. All that sounds good in theory, but none of that works in practice. I'm not saying you need to just dog yourself out and never get no sleep and never rest and never go on vacation and never take time for you and your family. But what I'm saying is your mindset has to shift, because you are building something from the ground up. Ain't nobody giving you nothing. Most of y'all that follow me, that listen to me, most of the students and mentees that I coach and I work with, most of them ain't got nothing from nobody. Most of them are just like me. We had to get it from the muscle. We had to roll up our sleeves, tighten up our bootstraps, get out here in this marketplace and bang, 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 and get banged up until we got some wins. And then we try to figure out how to get more wins than losses and show up every day. That's the life. That's the story of most entrepreneurs. So if you got a person who wants to be a business owner and they go out into the marketplace and they have the wrong mindset, but even if they do have the skill set, the moment life start beating the brakes off them, they gonna check out. They gonna check out. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how many entrepreneurs, small business owners who start out having this big old conversation. I want 5 LLCs. I want a trust. I want to be a millionaire. I want to hire 25 people. I want to travel the world. I want to do this. I want to do that. All that sounds good in theory. And then I talk to them maybe a year later and they like, yeah, I just set that aside. I'm holding off for another season. I'm going to wait till COVID blows over. I'm going to wait till interest rates come down. I'm going to wait till the market changes. All these lame excuses because that entrepreneur never worked on their mindset. And most likely, they still think like an employee in the workforce. And as I said, it's okay if you're an employee in the workforce and you're helping another entrepreneur and another business owner succeed and it's reciprocated back to you. So I'm not one of those people that believes having a job is just over broke. It's not true. I know people who are employees. They work for another company and they are millionaires. They are financially free. I know people personally that are employees that are millionaires. They are financially free. They're successful. They're debt free. They don't need nothing from nobody and they work for somebody else. But then on the other hand, I know people who free. They got their own business. They come when they want to come, go where they want to go, do what they want to do, and they broke. What's the difference? Well, one of the biggest differences is how they are positioned. One is positioned in the workforce. One is positioned in the marketplace. But the main positioning that's important is mindset. One of them doesn't have the mindset that the other one has. So when it comes to properly positioning yourself as an entrepreneur, again, you gotta position yourself mentally. So you gotta get your mindset right. So what are some things that you can do to position yourself within your mind? What type of strategies do you have for me? Well, one strategy is, I talked about this yesterday. You got to get in the right community. You got to get around people who are already doing it. So that means if you work a job or you're a stay-at-home person or you're just getting started as an entrepreneur and then you're around people who on your level, if everybody you talk to about business is on your level, you're in the wrong community. You're in the wrong circle. You need to be around people who are already successful, who are already succeeding, who are already thriving, who are already growing. If you're not around them, it's going to affect your mindset. If you are around people who are where you at, they ain't got no more than what you got. They ain't doing no better than what you're doing. What do you think that's going to do to your mindset? I know what it's going to do. is going to lower your mindset to a level that does not give you leverage in the marketplace. A lot of people do not understand that because the marketplace demands that you have a different mindset than, I'm going to just kind of make it simple. The marketplace demands that you have a different mindset than the workplace. Most entrepreneurs, when they go into the marketplace to start a business, to do network marketing, to be a freelancer, to become a self-employed person, most people that leave the workforce, when they go into the marketplace, guess what they take with them? They take with them a workforce mindset. So if they go into the marketplace with a workforce mindset, how do you think that entrepreneur is positioned? So if an entrepreneur is coming into the marketplace, and let's say they want to sell courses like I do. They want to coach people. They want to be a business consultant. They want to be a financial literacy educator. Let's say somebody leaves the workforce, or even while they still work a job, they start a business that's similar to mine. And then they come into the marketplace with the mindset that they have as an employee. They're competing with somebody who is committed to the marketplace, who has a mindset to eat them alive. So I'm going to show up and do more work. I'm going to be more aggressive because they got something to fall back on. I ain't got nothing to fall back on. They going to get a check whether they get a client or a customer or a deal or not. I'm not getting no check because I'm not an employee. I got to make something happen for me and my family. Over the course of time, and it may not even be a long period of time, I'm going to crush this person because their mindset has not elevated high enough to handle the pressure of the marketplace because they still think like people who are in the workplace. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you want to learn how to position yourself as an entrepreneur, the first step is mindset. You got to position yourself mentally. That means you got to get in the right community. That means you got to get the right knowledge. That means you got to put that knowledge to practice. Like, it's so much that comes with this. You have to do the right math. You have to be able to quantify where you want to go, count up the costs on how much it's going to take to get there. And you got to bang and grind and get gritty until you start stacking enough wins to see some consistent, sustainable momentum. So your mindset plays a very, very important role in how you are positioned as an entrepreneur. And let me just add this little caveat to this, okay? Let me add this caveat. It's 2023. The marketplace today is not the same way it was 3 years ago or 3.5 years ago, let's say before the quarantine. So we started hearing about COVID-19 somewhere around the end of 2019. That was the first time I heard about it, coming into 2020. By March of 2020, I think it was literally March 15th, 2020, that Monday, I remember it vividly, the world shut down. And for like 12 weeks from March, April, May, June, from the middle of March to the middle of June, everything was shut down, right? The workforce, the workplace, it shut down, with the exception of essential workers and some nuanced industries. And the marketplace shut down with certain exceptions, okay? But here's my point. The way entrepreneurship worked prior to March of 2020 is not the way entrepreneurship works today in 2023, August. And a part of why it does not work the same for entrepreneurs in the marketplace, a part of that is because of the digitization of society. So we've become a more digital world today than we were 3.5 years ago. There was an acceleration in digital platforms, in the utility of those digital platforms, virtual assistants, AI, other technological platforms that made what we did in the workplace and in the marketplace more efficient. And what that started to create was an issue for people in the workplace who were no longer necessary. But it also created an issue in the marketplace for entrepreneurs who were not necessary or who may have been necessary, but they were not ready to handle the challenges because they didn't have the right mindset. So this is critical. So now today, because we're in a different marketplace, entrepreneurship is different. The economics behind that is different. And then you have all these other issues, political issues, social issues. People got personal issues. It's issue at the issue that compounds. It makes it much more harder, difficult for you as an entrepreneur to show up every day to the marketplace and actually make money selling a product or providing a service. If what I'm saying is not true to you, then you can fact check me on this. But I know it's true. And most of y'all that are honest with yourself, you're listening to me and you're like, it gotta be true because I can't get my business off the ground, or I can't make enough money, or I'm having a hard time finding a job that can help cover my expenses. Whatever the case is, the economy, the marketplace, the workplace, they're all showing you that you are in a different world. And so what that demands more than anything is for you to elevate your mindset. That means you got to start getting different information. You got to get around different people. You have to implement different practices. If you lazy, if you feel like you don't need it because you're arrogant or egotistical, guess what? You're going to stay stuck. But in today's marketplace, in today's workforce, in today's entrepreneurship, in today's world, listen to what I'm saying. In today's world, y'all, you are moving differently if you're winning. And it has a lot to do with your mindset. And your mindset is going to be influenced and impacted by who are you around? Who are you around? Are you around somebody who's as successful as you want to be? Huh? Are you associating yourself with people who have the knowledge and who have the practices that actually reflect where you want to go? If you're not, this is going to be a big problem for you. No matter how good you think you are, no matter how good you think your business is, no matter how good you think your products and services are, you're going to have to change that. So positioning yourself as an entrepreneur, it begins with your mindset. And your mindset is only going to change when you get around the right people who challenge you. Now, getting into the right community, getting in the right circles, being around the right people, I mentioned this yesterday, it's going to cost you. You're going to pay a price for it. If you think you're going to become the next best version of yourself just off YouTube videos and Google searches, you are sadly mistaken. You're wrong. You're sadly mistaken. You're wrong. And at some point, life is going to prove to you that if that's what you believe, you're wrong. You're sadly mistaken. It just don't work like that. If it worked like that, everybody or way more people would be successful. All this information on the internet, why do we still have poverty? All this information that's free on the internet, because I always hear people say, man, I can get that for free. Well, why you still broke? Why your business ain't booming yet? So when you hear people say, yeah, I'm not paying for no coach and I'm not joining no groups. I ain't gonna get into I'm not paying for classes and blah, blah, blah. I can find this stuff for free on the internet. Ask that person who's really just ridiculously stupid to think that and believe that. Ask that person, if that is true, why are you not successful yet if all that information is free? Why you ain't got a successful business yet? You know why? Because they're wrong. They're sadly mistaken. So it's going to cost you something. And it ain't going to just cost money, but it's going to cost your time. It's going to cost relationships. it's going to cost a lot because you have to reassociate yourself with people who are probably going to challenge you to become more accountable, to be honest with yourself, to accept and admit that you ain't where you're supposed to be. And you're probably going to be around people who ain't going to accept no lame excuses from you every time you got an excuse. I do not like people around me like that. I do not let people around me like that. I do not allow or let anybody in my circle who got lame excuses, who always got a reason for why things are this and that. They never take full responsibility for their life, and they're never in control of their circumstances. I do not want people like that around me at all. And most successful people don't want people like that around them. And the few who do are probably just feeling sorry for the few people that they let around them like that because it's family members or friends. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. So mindset is everything. Knowledge is important. Why is knowledge important? Because knowledge is going to help shape your mentality. Even the Bible says we perish for the lack of knowledge. We perish for the lack of knowledge. So that means you never really get to where you want to go because of your know level. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you don't have knowledge, that means you don't know. So when you're know level, when you're in KNOW level, when your know level is low, it's going to show up in your bank account. It's going to show up in how your business run. It's going to show up in the type of relationships you have. Because when you get around people who know at a high level, you look at their life, you look at their habits, you look at their relationships, you look at their money, their business, and you can tell they know something most people don't know. And these are the 1%ers. These are the 5%ers. These are the few people on the planet who are extremely successful, whether we like them or not. They know stuff. Most of them know stuff. Some of them got a free pass. Some of them have used the system and systemic advantages to maneuver and manipulate and finesse their way to the top. But for the most part, when you study today's millionaires and people who become extremely wealthy, like almost 90% of them are self-made, first generation millionaires and successful people. That means they rolled up their sleeves, tightened their bootstraps, and figured it out. But the way they figure it out is they worked on their mindset. They got around the right people and they started getting in the know. They start knowing stuff other people didn't know, but then they took that community and knowledge to another level. What did they do? They put it to practice. So when you talk to somebody who act like they know it all, but they ain't never doing nothing, that's not how it works. It works where you get in the right community because that community, that circle has the information. They have the knowledge that you need. You start learning that knowledge or leveraging their knowledge until you learn it, and then you put it to practice. And then once you put it to practice, you're able to start building a mental muscle for the level of success that you want to have in your life, for the level of financial freedom you want in your life, for the things that you desire and dream about having in your life. You start moving towards that trajectory because your mindset has been legitimized, solidified, right? And that's how you do it. So if you're trying to figure out, man, how can I get my mindset right? How can I grow as a person? How can I think bigger? And how can I move these limitations? I'm telling you, if you think you're going to do this Googling and watching YouTube videos and reels and shorts, it's not going to happen. If it happened that way, why hadn't it happened for you yet? You got to understand the logic behind that or the illogic behind that. If it worked like that, it would have already worked for you. So you're not going to Google your way to becoming a millionaire. Now, do people pull that off? Of course. But that's just like saying, do people hit the lottery? Of course. There's always a unicorn or an exception to the rule. But the overwhelming majority of people who get to financial freedom, to success, who build businesses that thrive, they ain't doing it watching reels and shorts and YouTube videos and Googling in the search engine. That's not how they get in there. That may be a part of their research and development. It may be a gateway to get them in the right community, but they're not using that alone to become single-handedly successful. It don't work like that. And I think that's one of the misconceptions with a lot of people who want to become entrepreneurs in the marketplace. I hope y'all understanding what I'm saying. How many of y'all understand what I'm saying so far about the mindset? And do you believe this is going to be necessary for you? Most likely it is. It don't matter where you at, okay? I'm always putting myself in the right communities. I'm always paying to play at a higher level in communities because I want that knowledge. I want to elevate my know, and I want to learn how to put these things to practice. As I said, I've been sharing with y'all for the last 6 weeks a new business venture that we launched called RP Capital. It's a real estate investment and asset management firm. Guess what I've been doing for 6 weeks straight, literally 7 days a week, Saturdays and Sundays included. Guess what I've been doing? I've been grinding out with this new business venture while still running my other businesses, while still running my organization, my nonprofit organization, while still having a lot of responsibilities. But just because I got success in other areas, just because I'm connected and I got knowledge in other areas, don't mean this one business is going to automatically work. I got to put in. And I've been putting in for 6 weeks straight. I've been in the right communities. I've been connecting with the right people. I've been paying to get in the right rooms. I've been learning. I've been getting knowledge. I've been putting it to practice, experimenting. My team has been doing it. And then once we start seeing the success, people gonna look over here and be like, man, it just look easy for you. Man, you just doing it like it ain't nothing. Yeah, but you don't know the 5 to 9s, 5 a.m.s to 9s, or most of the time the 5 a.m. to 11 p.m.s that I had to grind it out until I had a formula that worked, but I needed the mindset to be able to hang in there. Most people just in the last 6 weeks that I've taken to build an infrastructure for this new business venture, most people would have already checked out. I wanted to check out. In my mind, I done gave up 30 times in the last 6 weeks. I can't tell you how many days in the last 6 weeks with this new business venture I was depressed, disappointed, frustrated, regretful, questioning, should I supposed to be doing it? God, is this something that I'm supposed to do? Lord, give me a sign. I done got prophetic words, got prayed, but I done went through all the same motions everybody else go through. But guess what? I'm still here today, and when I get off this show, I'm going right back to my computer, to my telephone, texting, calling, emailing, knocking on doors, getting opportunities because I'm doing the work. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay? So how to position yourself as an entrepreneur? Mindset. That's how you position yourself as an entrepreneur. Mindset. And then the other way, I'm just simplifying it, skill set. Skill set. Most entrepreneurs, and I hate to say this, but it's so true, man, because remember, I'm in ministry and I'm in the marketplace. So I'm on both sides of the spectrum. And I'm not even going to say I hate to say it because it is what it is. Most entrepreneurs, especially Christians who have a false sense of hope from a religious or from a spiritual perspective, most entrepreneurs, and it gets worse if they're Christians, depending on what their religious beliefs are, their theological beliefs are, it gets worse and worse and worse as you go down that rabbit trail. But just to simplify it, most entrepreneurs never work on their skill set, period. Most entrepreneurs never work on their skill set, and it's so sad. Remember, I have been a full-time entrepreneur for 20 years, my wife and I. We have built a 7-figure organizational enterprise, but it took 20 years. It don't have to take 20 years for you, but I'm telling you, it's been rough. It's been hard. It's been worth it, but I'm telling you, it's work. All right. Now we've been full-time ministers for the whole time. So I know when I say something, I'm not just voicing an opinion that's shallow. I know if you are in the faith community and you have dreams and desires to be rich, to become a millionaire, to be a successful business owner, a lot of times your mindset, it could be your mindset about God. It could be your mindset about work. It could be your mindset about struggle, about suffering. It could be so many things, but a lot of times your mindset hinders you from working on your skill set. But if you're going to properly position yourself as an entrepreneur, especially in today's world, number one, it's going to take mindset. We went through that. But then number two, it's going to take skill set. Now, what do you mean when you say skill set? I ain't talking about what you good at doing. We're not talking about that skill set. So if you are a barber, okay, good. You know how to cut hair. If you're a nail tech, okay, good. You know how to do nails. If you're a clothing designer, okay, you good at designing. If you are a virtual assistant or a bookkeeper or an administrative executive, whatever the things are that you do well, I'm not talking about that skill set. This is the mistake a lot of entrepreneurs make. They think just because they good at tying shoes that they can make a business out of tying shoes. They think just because they good at talking that they can build a business around public speaking. They think just because they good at real estate that they can build a business around real estate. They think just because they good at cutting grass or combing people's hair or brushing teeth, whatever the things are that you do, that is one skill set. But the skill set that I'm talking about is the skill set for business. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a difference. So you might have a skill set, a craft, a thing that you're good at because you went to school, you can cook good, you've done it for a long time, whatever the things are you do. So think about all the products and services that you want to have through your business. That's a skill set. That's not the skill set I'm talking about. The skill set that I'm talking about is the skill set in business. There's a skill set that you have to have as a business owner, okay? Now this is going to be like multi-layered and I ain't got a whole lot of time, but I'm going to just give you enough so that you can understand what I mean when I say a business skill set, not a skill set for your craft. All right? I'm talking about a business skill set. What I mean by this is you have to become skilled as a CEO. You have to become skilled as an asset manager. You have to become skilled at creative tax strategies. You have to become skilled at systems and processes, like sales systems and processes. So that means you have to learn how to sell better. You need a sales process. You need a script. At marketing, you have to get better at creating content, telling stories, branding yourself. This is how you position yourself as an entrepreneur. You got to get skilled at how you package your products and services, the offers that you make, how you price them, how you present them. You got to get skilled at finance regarding creative tax strategies. You got to get better at making money, managing money, multiplying money. You got to get better at administrative activities, how you track this data, how you house this data. You got to get better at being a CEO and really an asset manager, because your business becomes the house for all the assets that you put inside of it. Whether it's other businesses, that's why I talk a lot about holding companies. It could be other businesses that you use as assets. It could be trademarks, intellectual property. It could be crypto, digital currency. It could be AI technology. It could be platforms. It could be copyrights. It could be royalties, licenses, contracts, leases. It could be real estate. It could be transportation, vehicles, equipment. It's so many things that you could use as assets, but none of that is going to help you become a millionaire, financially free, and successful in your business if you don't understand it all ties to you positioning yourself with the mindset and with the skill set. And this has nothing to do with you cutting hair if you're a barber. This has nothing to do with you cutting grass if you're a landscaper. This has nothing to do with you being skilled in your craft. This is a skill for business. All right? I hope that makes sense. So listen, I want y'all to give me some feedback on like what your big takeaway was from today's show. All right? What did you learn today? How did what you hear challenge your mindset? How did it challenge you to develop a better skill set? Give me some feedback in the comments, and please listen to me. If you are in need of help, whether it's in your mindset as an entrepreneur, with community, with knowledge, with practice, if you need to be in an environment where you have the coaching and the mentorship, you have the support, you have do not keep delaying this and putting this off. Why you keep putting your future on hold? I don't understand why people let a little bit of money stop them from making a whole lot of progress. I mentioned it yesterday. I pay tens of thousands of dollars every year to be coached, to be mentored, to be in a community, to get specialized knowledge, to learn how to put it to practice, to get help and support. And because of that, I always grow. I'm never going back. I very rarely get stuck and stalled. And when I do, I have strategies to pivot. So if your life personally, professionally, financially is in a demand so that you can elevate your mindset with these types of assets, if your life is in demand so that you can elevate your skill set because you're not the best at being a CEO. You might be good at your craft, but you're not good in business. You might want to learn about asset management. You might want to learn how to build a real $1 million infrastructure. I've done all this stuff. So I ain't on here just capping, talking like and acting like I know something that I don't. I've done it and I'm doing it. So I know it works. So that's the advantage of somebody having real life experience and results and receipts to show you that it actually works. So yesterday I extended an offer to everybody in our community, and I'm going to make that offer again. I'm going to do it for a couple days until I feel like it ain't worth me talking about it no more. So the offer is for you to consider joining our Millionaire Mentorship program. Why is it a Millionaire Mentorship program? Because I'm teaching people how to build $1 million businesses. When I get to 10 million, I might change it to the $10 million mentorship program. But I know I can show you how to put an infrastructure together. I know I can show you how to build a business, a brand with products, services, how to put it to practice, how to integrate systems and processes to at least become a millionaire. I know that firsthand because I've done it and I'm continuing to grow and do it. So our Millionaire Mentorship program is a 1-year accelerated business coaching and consulting program. So what I've done is I've taken my skill set as a consultant and a coach, and I packaged it together in a program to give you 1 year to build a $1 million enterprise. All right. So in this 1-year Millionaire Mentorship program, we give you 1 year access to our Millionaire Blueprint. That's our online program. It's an educational program. There is nothing about business, money, investing, wealth building that you're not going to find inside of that Millionaire Blueprint. Hundreds of videos, walkthrough tutorials, documents and forms for everything you need. We give you 1 year access to that. We also give you 4 VIP tickets to our workshop. So every quarter we host a workshop for sales, for marketing, for financials, and for business operations, because we want those pillars to become cornerstones to what you're building in that year. We also give you a VIP ticket to our coaching boot camp. So at least twice a year, we host these 1-day coaching boot camps where I show you exactly how I built 3 6-figure divisions. I have a consulting division, a coaching division, and an educational division, all of which make 6 figures. So I know how to show you how to build a coaching business if you desire to become a coach or consultant or an educator. We show you how to actually do it. We have sample contracts. We have walkthrough tutorials to show you exactly how to price and package your services, your products, how you separate your consulting from your coaching. We show you all the ins and outs. We also give you a VIP ticket to our small business workshop. That's where we really get deep into the systems and processes. This is how you build a general operating system. Every entrepreneur needs a general operating system. If you don't know what a GOS is, Google it and find out how important a general operating system is. We also have weekly coaching calls. So every Monday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we come on a live private Zoom on our university platform. We do a deep dive on certain subjects. We do Q&A. We have success stories and testimonials that we share. We interact, and it's a very, very creative way to not only check in once a week, but to help answer a lot of the questions that our entrepreneurs who are in our mentorship program have. We also give you access to our concierge through text messaging, emails, and calls. You can communicate with them any day of the week, including Saturdays and Sundays. We make our concierge available because if you're dealing with something and you need an immediate answer, we want to make sure that you have people that you can communicate with rather than waiting for that weekly call or that quarterly workshop or another boot camp or event that we're having. You have a community because now you're part of a community that can help you. But what I offered yesterday, these are the 2 extra perks for anyone who joins our mentorship program. And this is only for a limited time. We're offering a free LLC. So what that means is if you join our mentorship program, we're going to start a LLC for you for free. So we have a corporate services division, okay? And we set up holding companies and operating company LLCs for clients who want us to do them. So as a bonus to joining our mentorship program, I'm offering one free LLC. So if you need us to set up a holding company for you or operating company, we're going to get your EIN, your articles of organization. We're going to draft your operating agreement. And then once it all comes back and it's clear, we're going to offer you a free one-on-one coaching session. That's another added bonus where we can be virtual or in person, and we take about an hour or two and just do a deep dive on what your goals are. What do you want to accomplish even within the year in the mentorship program? So I'm giving you all of this. If you go to my platform and just price all these options separately, it's going to be over $10,000. We're offering it for $3,500. So if you want to take me up on it, listen, just within the last 3 years, since we launched the first phase of our coaching program 3 years ago, September, we launched the first phase of it. We have already had over 100 mentees come through our coaching program in 3 years. Over 100. That might not be a lot for some people, but that's a lot, okay? Over 100 people. And we have seen a lot of people take these concepts and principles and blow their businesses out the water. And I'm so grateful. We've had a lot of people who ain't did nothing. We've had a lot of people who are still in it. We have 2 to 3 year alumni mentees still in our program from 3 years ago because they're still growing and learning and they want to go along for the ride. So if you want to take me up on this offer, this entire mentorship program for 1 year, weekly calls, Millionaire Blueprint, workshops, boot camps, all these benefits, plus a free LLC and a free one-on-one coaching session. I want you to look in the comments. I told you earlier, there's going to be a number. You can text the word mentor to that number you see in the comments. Our Millionaire concierges are going to put that number in the comments. All you need to do is text the word mentor to that number, because when you text the word mentor to that number, they're going to know you're responding to this offer that I'm making on our live show. And we would love to get you onboarded, signed up, so we can get you going. We can set up your LLC. We can schedule your one-on-one coaching session. We'll get you onboarded so that you can start educating and training and preparing your schedule to join us for our live events throughout the year. We do this all year. And we help a lot of entrepreneurs who need to be in a community that can really help them accelerate their business. So look in the comments, look in the chat. You'll see the word mentor, and a number. Take that number, text the word mentor. Let's get you signed up and onboarded today. So I appreciate all of you. I hope you learned something from today's show about how to position yourself as an entrepreneur. Mamone Brothers said on Instagram, skill set with business instead of just having a skill that we're good at. Come on, that's so good. Thank you for sharing your comment. Let's see in the chat. Tina, good afternoon to you, Tina. Tina said, let's see here. She's been out here hustling since 5 a.m. Come on, girl. Put yourself in the right rooms. She wants to help others. Whichever way the Lord brings that, it will be successful. As long as I trust on him, he will figure out the rest. You right. God gonna work that thing out, especially as long as you keep showing up. That's awesome. Tina also said it's the relationships and networking that you have to build. Learning from others, a mistake. You can't buy experience and knowledge. A Google search won't give you that. It won't. A lot of people believe it will, but it don't work like that. Fanada Eubanks says this is good stuff. Truth and perspective. Oh yeah, it's my first time here. Well, congratulations for being on here, Miss Eubanks. We appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of our community. Mindset is key, she said. You have to be in the right community in order to grow into where you see yourself going. Skill sets should be mastered 100%. These are skill sets that most entrepreneurs don't have. Most entrepreneurs, they don't have a script. They don't have a sales process. They don't have a marketing strategy. They don't have administrative systems and processes. Like, they all over the place. And how you think you're going to go forward if you ain't got this stuff? And this is the technical nuts and bolts side that I do a lot of education and coaching on, because I know how difficult it was for me when I didn't know that stuff. So I want to help a lot of entrepreneurs. Mamone Brothers says, Ramon, I'll be watching to learn as much as I can, but you got to keep your word and hit that follow button like you said you was. Okay, yes, sir. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm definitely going to do that, bro. I'm going to hit that like button and follow you, Mamone. I'm definitely going to do that. Please accept my apologies. My son is my social media manager, content creator, so I'm on social media when I want to be. I'm very rarely on there doing anything, so 99% of the stuff y'all see on social media is my son putting content out, responding, communicating. You know, he thinks like I do, so he works well doing it, and so please accept my apology if I don't get back to you, if I don't respond to DMs or inboxes. People always fussing at me. Man, I sent you a message 3 months ago. I ain't heard back from you. I'm like, man, I don't even check my stuff. If I'm ripping and running and I jump on there, if I'm looking for something, I might find it, but a lot of times I don't. But anyway, thank you all for joining the show. It's Friday. It's Friday, September the 8th, 2023. You have watched the Ramonepreston Show. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page. We have about 9,200 subscribers. We're trying to get to 10,000. We get to 10,000, my son is going to have a heyday. He might throw me a party. We might have to throw him a party because he's been wanting to get us to 10,000 for a while. So please be sure, if you're watching us on YouTube, take the time. Sometimes they make you log in. They make it a little complicated, but it's worth going through it, because what happens is when you subscribe and you comment and you like and you share, the technology behind those platforms makes what we put on there more of a priority to get in front of more people who need to hear it. We need this information. Our community needs it. Our people need it. And you got to be, willing to help along the way, because you would want somebody to help you if you was in this position. So I say that to let you know I appreciate you watching the show, commenting, interacting, engaging, liking, sharing, and make sure that you follow us, subscribe to our YouTube page. Maybe you can leave a review as well on Google. All of it is appreciated, and we know that it will take our relationship a long way in the impact we make in so many others' lives. So for all of you that are watching, if you know that you can be a part of a community that can benefit you and you want that in your life, be sure to give us a a call and a text. Mamone says, no worries, my man. I appreciate you too. All right, love y'all. Have an amazing day. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back here Monday, same place. Nope, we won't be here Monday because I'm going to be away on vacation. So I don't think I'll have, we'll probably run a live, but I don't know if I'll be here personally in my studio. I think we're flying out Monday morning. We're going on vacation. So I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back here Monday, either me or one of my other lives